Navigating the terrain of complex texts is a cornerstone of the AP English Language and Composition exam. This is a skill that is considered an integral part of not just this exam, but in every written assessment that puts emphasis on the analysis of a myriad of texts. The key to success lies in understanding the intricate layers that a text might possess. The ability to dissect dense, sophisticated material in a high-pressure environment such as an exam is indeed a formidable task. Students often find themselves at odds with such complex texts, struggling to decode the underlying meanings and nuances. The fear of misunderstanding or misinterpreting the text often leads to an overwhelming sense of apprehension. Yet this skill is more than just a requirement for an exam. It is a tool that aids in honing one's analytical, critical thinking abilities, skills that are invaluable in the academic sphere and beyond. The acquisition of this skill can greatly enhance one's ability to comprehend texts on a deeper level, leading to more insightful analysis. This guide is designed to demystify the process of understanding complex texts, offering strategic insights and practical tips to enhance comprehension and analysis. At the heart of the AP English Language exam is the ability to comprehend, analyze, and synthesize complex texts. This examination, revered as a cornerstone in evaluating a candidate's proficiency in English language, examines one's adeptness at grappling with an assortment of intricate texts. These texts often are a melange ranging from historical speeches to critical essays and everything in between. They encompass a broad spectrum of English literature and aim to assess the examinee's capacity to discern and assimilate complex information. These texts, and intricate, demand a deep level of engagement from the student. They call for an active participation, a careful and meticulous dissection of the words, sentences, and the ideas they communicate. They require the reader to transcend the superficial layers, to delve deep into the ocean of meanings and interpretations. Not merely are these texts providing information or telling a story, they are, in many respects, a dialogue that the author is having with the reader. They challenge the reader to step into the author's shoes, to view the world from their perspective, and to understand their line of thought. The key to unlocking their meanings is not just in reading, but in understanding the layers of context, rhetoric, and argument they present. So the AP English Language exam becomes less about the textbook knowledge and more about critical thinking and intuitive understanding. The beauty of this examination lies in the transformation it brings about in the student, from a passive consumer of information to an active seeker of knowledge. The key to unlocking their meanings is not just in reading, but in understanding the layers of context, rhetoric, and argument they present. Active reading. Engage with the text actively by annotating as you read. This interaction aids in retention and initiates the analytical process. Highlight crucial phrases, write down queries, and note any rhetorical techniques. Understand the context. Every written piece exists within a specific historical, social, or cultural backdrop. Gaining insights into this can shed light on the author's intent, the reader's assumptions, and the argument's significance. It's about understanding the world in which the text was composed and read. Analyze the rhetoric. AP English lays substantial emphasis on rhetorical evaluation. Identifying rhetorical strategies that authors leverage to persuade their audience can assist in deciphering the text's complexity. Look for ethos, credibility, pathos, emotional appeal, and logos, logical argument. Break it down. Complex texts usually have dense sentences and advanced vocabulary. Decompose sentences to grasp their structure and look up unknown words. This aids in understanding the author's intended message and reveal argument subtleties. Synthesize information. As you dissect the text's individual components, start synthesizing this information. Ask yourself, these elements work together to form a unified whole. What is the overall argument or message, and how is it built through specific language, structure, and content choices? Practice critical thinking. Understanding intricate texts is more than recognizing what is said. It's about evaluating how and why it's stated. Practice critical thinking by questioning the author's assumptions, the strength of their arguments, and the potential biases in their perspective. The AP English exam expects you to write about the texts you've read, articulating your understanding and analysis distinctly. Your next step is to develop a thesis. This thesis must provide a transparent, insightful stance on the text that delves deeper than surface-level observations. Your thesis should channel your personal perspective or interpretation, which should be deeply rooted in your analytical findings. Moving forward, it's time for you to use evidence. It's essential to fortify your arguments with direct proof from the text. This evidence can come in several forms such as quotes, rhetorical devices, and structural elements. The ability to effectively demonstrate a meticulous reading of the text using precise examples is a key component of a strong essay. Demonstrating a close reading of the text through specific examples is crucial for a strong essay.